2017 YZ 250F, and we're building it out into a Supermoto. This bike I got from trading in, believe it or not, well, not really trading in, but trading straight across my e-bike. That's right, I traded an e-bike for this dirt bike. I had my raw Mantis listed it on sale, and somebody came along with this bike right here, saying they're willing to do a straight trade. Now, I didn't really want a dirt bike at first. I told him maybe, and then I ended up hitting him back up, or he hit me back up, and sure enough, now I have it. This is mine. But the whole plan for this is to go full-blown Supermoto. And the thing is, with building this out, you guys are picking the build, basically. You guys are gonna build it for me. In which we already did some polls on Instagram, and so the colors decided, we already have the rims in, we're ready to go. I mean, we just need to go rip this thing. We already have a bunch of gear coming in, that's where we're gonna go today. We're gonna head to the track, and we're gonna rip the bike a little bit more. Get used to this thing because it's amazing. All right, so we got the helmet from O'Neill Racing and the goggles. I mean, this is beautiful. Look at this, look at the setup. It's great. Now, how are we gonna mount the camera? Now, my first thought, what I was gonna do is get like a chin mount. I didn't like that idea. So second thought, what I'm gonna do is actually just attach it right up here. So that way I still get that POV and the camera should still be out of the way. I'm not sure, I'm gonna figure it out. I don't know, we're gonna have to adjust it. We're gonna have to play with it and get it there. Let's get it on. That looks kind of good to me. Let that sit, let that stick on for a little bit before we add any weight to it, before we attach anything to it. So in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and load up the dirt bike and get ready to head to the track, I guess. Why not? All right, we got the gear out. We're throwing it on. Let's get these boots on. As you can see, I already rode in them a little bit, so the toe's all black. But that comes with it. As good as the white looks, it will eventually get dirty. And of course, we got the gloves. All right, we're gonna switch to this camera and hopefully it works. All right, well, we made it out again. So let's go do like a little warm-up lap and see how this goes with the O'Neill Racing outfit. This is so sick. Toss it up there so I can get it later. All right. Is moving. Well, I'm here kind of tearing the bike apart, just getting a good feel for it. And I hate to admit, but I've made a mistake. And this mistake isn't huge, but it's something about the bike that I'm surprised I haven't noticed yet. We have blue handlebars on this bike. And that is gonna be a problem because if you guys remember, everything here is going to be red. The wheels, the rims, they're all red and white. And blue handlebars doesn't make any sense. And so my plan for today was to put on new grips. But if I put on new grips onto here, I still have blue handlebars. Didn't even realize that. So now I gotta buy red handlebars or something. I'm not sure, but I guess we'll figure it out. Well, it is officially not the next morning, but it is the next day. And so that means that we are tearing into this. And today we're gonna go ahead and get the handlebars on and the grips on. Today I'm gonna kind of strip this down to basically the bare bones and go from there. It's not wasting any more time. Let's get this thing taken apart. Well, I went ahead and took the clutch off. Next is the kill switch, of which the bolt is super bent. So the next best option is, of course, the hacksaw. Perfect, kill switch is off. Well, that was easy enough. And now we're onto the throttle side. Brake comes off first. That thing is stripped so bad. One trip to builders later, and it's out. Oh, there's an hour meter on here. In the mail I got today an hour meter because I didn't think I had one on the bike. There's one hidden right here. You gotta be kidding me. I'm dead serious. It's literally perfectly hidden right underneath here. And yeah, when I asked him how many hours on it, he said he didn't know. Turns out there are 165 hours on here, which I feel like is quite a lot for a dirt bike. So the more and I sit and I think about this hour meter being at 165 hours, the kid obviously lied to me. This is gonna need to be rebuilt soon, which is concerning. So now I'm standing at the point where, do I continue to build this or do I put everything back on and sell it as is and try to get another 250? I really don't know. Interesting. Don't know. Well, I called one of my buddies. He said, just watch for it as it starts up, as long as it's not blowing out a bunch of smoke, which it's not. It's actually been thrown out. No smoke, which means this thing was probably rebuilt. It's not burning any oil. We're gonna keep on building this because at the end of the day, I'm gonna build it out, then I'll sell it, and then buy a proper Supermoto with a headlight and everything. I just bought a light kit for it, which kind of sucks. So maybe I return the light kit, we only ride this during the day. Don't really know. We'll figure it out. Well, the new handlebars here, I've come to find out, not the right size. As you can see, don't fit in there. They're not gonna be clamped down on, unlike the previous ones, the old ones that I'm replacing right here. Fit in there, very great fitment, but these ones don't fit. So, yet another day that we are halted and building, so that's great. Well, it is now Monday and we have plastics to put on. We got sent some plastic kits from UFO Plastics. Huge shout out to them. Go check them out if you guys ever need plastics for your dirt bikes. So we're gonna put them on today and the white is gonna go away. And we're gonna put the black kit on. Now, the reason I'm picking black is because the graphics kit that I got is going to be a red and black. So to have white fairings underneath, if I misplace a graphic, doesn't make any sense. And if anything, it's gonna look bad. That's why I'm sticking with black. Plus then I also have a brand new white set, which looks really clean. So white gets dirty really easy, black doesn't. Let's just get this thing switched over and cue the voiceover. As I began taking off the clutch side fairings, I realized that some of these bolts have been pieced together over the years, which I don't blame them. It's a dirt bike, but it is something I did pick up. And of course, I ran into the air filter next. Wow, that's dirty. I should have got a new air filter. For whatever reason, buying a new air filter never even crossed my mind, but thankfully, UFO Plastics had my back. So we just continued onward. We took off the number plate and then the front fender, and then came the fork guards. Now, no matter which way I turned or which bit I had or which angle I had at it, for some reason I couldn't get off the front fork guards. So I had to resort to taking off the front tire. And the front tire, the battle's over. We got it. So with another problem solved, off came the front fork guards and onto the throttle side and of course the back side. Then we moved on to the rear fender, which had the two smallest bolts, which are the most annoying, but that slid right out and we were done. It's out. Well, that took absolutely forever. So let's dig into these new plastics. Oh, no way. We got a hat. Let's go. We also got a raincoat. They gave me a raincoat. Oh, a new air filter. How beautiful. They knew. I really should open this beforehand. They sent me a stand too. Well, here's everything we got from UFO Plastics. They didn't just send me one kit, they hooked me up with 2 kits and like literally everything I could have asked for, including a foldable bike stand. Couldn't be more thankful for them. So if you guys need any parts for your dirt bike, need plastics, need literally anything, head over to ufoplastics.com. They'll hook you up. And if I have a discount code, it'll be on screen or in the description below. I'm gonna start with the air filter they sent me. Ugh. Out with the old and with the new. While having a new air filter is great, shortly after this is when we started to hit our very first problem in the build. Well, this obviously isn't correct. Now, while this wasn't a huge problem, it still was a pain in the butt because I literally just taken all these plastics off just to go ahead and keep the stock ones on. It also delayed the build even further because we would wait for shipping for another piece to come in for the bike. So on with the front fork guards and back on the front wheel so I could roll this thing in and out of the way and work on it, torqued everything down, and on with the front fender and the front number plate. I went ahead and threw the original plastics back on the throttle side and threw in the rear fender and dealt with the 2 smallest bolts, which were the most annoying. Well, the sun is going down on a much longer day than I anticipated, and this is what the bike is looking like because I did not have the correct plastics. Here we are, I guess. So, yeah. These are brand new rims for the Supermoto and brand new dual sport kind of sport tires, and today we're gonna get them mounted. So the wheels, or the rims and the tires have been dropped off. We're gonna leave them here. This is another power sports store in my town, which come in absolute clutch. I come to them all the time, but they're gonna do great work because they did the FZ07 tires. If you guys remember, they helped me figure out that we were gonna mount some off-road tires onto the FZ07. If you guys ever need anything, Great Plains Power Sports out here in Kearney. Again, I think these wheels, or these tires are gonna fit on the rims. We got 19-inch and 21-inch rims. Leave them here, we'll come back, get them in just a little bit. Well, while the tires are being put on, I'm gonna go ahead and change the oil on this because I have not done this yet under my ownership, and it's gonna make me feel a lot better knowing that the fluids are good. So let's go ahead and get this oil change underway. Oil change is done. Make sure it runs. She runs. I'm gonna call the tires are on. However, the front wheel can't be balanced because there's no brake disc on there. So now we're taking the brake disc off the front wheel of this bike and gonna go ahead and take it back up to the shop. So that way tires are done and everything's good to go. Here's the big reveal. The wheels turned out so good. And so this is the rear and the front is right over here and it looks just as good as you'd expect. I mean, I can't wait to get these put on. It's gonna look fantastic. I think the Instagram family made a very good choice in terms of colors of wheels and the kit and everything, so I think it's gonna look absolutely amazing. But we're gonna go ahead and throw the front brake disc onto the front wheels so that way I can balance, and we'll take them home. The wheels are back home, everything's ready to go. These look absolutely stunning. Now, the only thing is on the rear set, we don't have a brake like caliper. So am I gonna be able to get it off the old one onto the new one? I don't know if I have the tools for that. We're gonna try our absolute best, but as of right now, let's get at least the front wheel in, see how it looks.
We have done it, ladies and gents.
Front side is all torqued down to spec, everything is good to go. Now for the rear, which we also have to do the brake disc.
Oh my gosh. Oh, she's out.
Well, it is officially a few days later. The FedEx guy had just dropped off the brand new sprocket that I had one day delivery from Amazon Prime over to me so that I could put it on the rear wheel. The bike is so close to being done. It is right there. So today should be good. So let's do it. If it works, it's not stupid.
Now, I know this looks ridiculous, but I had to sand the paint off of the handlebar to allow the throttle to fit on. If I didn't, it wouldn't have gone on, it wouldn't have twisted, it wouldn't have worked. So, one ridiculous setup later, and we ended up having a working throttle. Then, all we had to do was spray down the grips, slide them on, throw on the front brake, move over to the clutch side, throw on the clutch and the kill switch, and we had working handlebars again.
So I overnighted this one from Amazon. It works. Look at that. We're good to go. So let's get this new sprocket installed.
Thank goodness for Amazon Prime because the new sprocket came in one day. We threw it on the bike, we took the brake disc from the old tire, put it onto the new one, and we were all ready to go. So with those new parts installed, in went the rear wheel, in went the rear axle, and then finally to put the chain on and make sure the wheel was straight out the back, which, don't let editing fool you, took me way too long.
Now to see what happens. Well, the bike is done. It rides. I didn't die. Everything went good. Everything is perfect. Now we're just waiting for the extra pieces from UFO Plastics they didn't send me. Other than that, the Supermoto build is nearly 100% complete. And well, today's the day we're probably gonna have to ask for forgiveness instead of permission because the last box from UFO Plastics is in, which means the white plastics that are on the side of this Supermoto right here are going to be taken off, the black one's gonna be put on, and then the kit from Bold Designs is being put on. And I could not be more excited to apply this design. I saw it, I customized it, they helped me out, absolute legends out there, based out of Sweden, I believe, I don't know. But as for street legality, well, you'll see.
Now, I was bummed the all-black piece was out of stock, but regardless, we had the final piece in, which means we could basically complete this build minus the headlights and taillights. So we threw it on, and then it was time to look at the kit.
The kit is in. Look at this. I really just hope it's coming across on camera just how good this color looks, even inside the packaging. This, like, glows. Huge shout out to Bold Designs. Seriously, they absolutely killed this. It looks amazing. I haven't taken it out of the package. So let's get ready to throw this on and hopefully not mess it up. Talk about nervous. I am quite nervous to do this.
Even though I was nervous, I was still super excited to get this done. However, I should have waited for at least a warmer day and or got a heat gun that day, but I was way too excited to get the kit on, so I went ahead and just went for it, which you'll see led to a few problems coming up.
And it's on. Oh my gosh. Time to get the rest done.
So I started with the clutch side fairing, which again, I had never wrapped a car or a bike before, so I literally had no idea what I was doing. Now, the smart thing would have been to look up at least some sort of tutorial to guide me, but instead, I just thought I could do it, and to my fairness, I did do it. I did end up managing, and the more I discovered of the kit, the more surprises I was finding along it, including my logo they put everywhere, and there was one very important key detail that I never ended up finding until I was actually editing part of this video. So if you guys spot it, leave a comment down below that you saw it before I did, because it took me an embarrassing amount of time to actually see. And for the rest of this, I basically just had my AirPods in, threw on some music, and went ahead and put all my attention into this wrap on a cold day. And if you guys know anything about wraps, cold days and wraps do not go together, but don't worry, a few days later I bought a heat gun and all the imperfections you're seeing now are fixed. Now, this front fender was the absolute worst part of the bike with all the edges and all the creases, but again, if I would just had a heat gun, this would have been no problem at all, but you live and you learn. And on with the wraps onto the front fork guards. I mean, I was finding more and more pieces of this kit to throw on the bike literally everywhere to make sure the entire bike was kitted out head to toe. I couldn't believe how many pieces there were, and I love it. Finally, after a long day of installing the wrap, I was finally getting the last few pieces of the wrap on, the number plate, and a few other places that I missed. I just kept finding more and more pieces to the wrap, but I went ahead and bolted the seat down onto the bike to get a final look, and then I could finally take a step back and admire the bike completely put together.
Well, here it is.
2017 YZ250 that I let my Instagram followers build, completely done with bold design. I mean, this thing is just beautiful, and especially it's dark out now, obviously, but I mean, even in just the LED lights and the night light, it just looks incredible. I mean, everything about this, never having done a wrap, I messed up this front part really bad. I just couldn't do it. I need some heat. I don't have a heat gun. I made it work. I should have waited or whatever, but I didn't. Whatever. I mean, this thing just looks incredible. The Instagram family made a great choice with the wheels and everything, and the graphics kit. It looks fantastic. The red was a good color. Next, obviously the BMW is all blue, so we already have something blue. We already have plenty of blue, but the red, it looks so good. So the next thing we're gonna do, obviously it's too dark and too cold to ride. I'm gonna have to push the limits on this and ask for forgiveness and ride it to, well, there's not exactly street legal, but anyway, we're gonna have to go surprise some people with this because this looks incredible. So.
All right, it is time to take the Supermoto out. And as you can see, it's been a little bit. It's been a while. I've been gone and been busy, and I haven't had the time to ride this and actually finish this video. So hopefully today everything goes smoothly, everything stays together and doesn't fall apart. I think it's all good. We have a few problems and a few things I need to address when we go ride. We're not exactly street legal, so today we're praying for forgiveness instead of permission. So. And because it is so cold out, we are in the pista today. We don't have any of the O'Neill racing gear on. It's just too cold to be able to ride in anything but some layers and some jeans and stuff. So as unfortunate as it is, you know, I could have worn the gloves, but I completely forgot about it. Yeah, we have some problems, and I actually did lie to you guys about this. I don't have any friends to go show this to, so I'm just kind of cruising around some back roads nearest to my house, you know, just seeing what happens. So I don't know. We're gonna find out. And there goes a cop.
Also, one thing I forgot to mention is that I did go and buy a heat gun, and I went ahead and fixed the entire wrap, so it is looking spotless. It is looking great now. So that is all fixed and good to go. You might see later on in the video, but yes, forgot to record it, but it is all fixed and it looks great.
So we're gonna go in this way and flip around because I have a feeling that he's gonna come talk to me. Oh. What is my luck, man? I'm gonna go this way because that's the way he just came from. So anyway, yeah, I don't really have any friends to go show this to. If I do, they're too far across town. I don't want to risk riding this all the way across town and getting into trouble because I just got it, because we have no headlights, no brake lights, no turn signals. We got nothing, because getting this thing street legalized is going to be 10 times as hard as I thought, mainly because it's just, I mean, obviously I expected this to happen, but it's a dirt bike. It's not meant to be, you know, street legalized, so there's no battery on it. You know, the stator won't be big enough to hold a headlight. I ordered a headlight. I have one that I believe I could wire in, but it's not strong enough to power the bike, basically. The bike isn't strong enough to power the light and the engine and everything. It's probably gonna end up just dying from that reason. So unfortunately, that's just kind of the case with this. So street legality is gonna be a little rough. She still rips. Yeah, no speedometer. I have no way of telling anything on these bikes, so it's mainly me just going around town asking for forgiveness instead of permission. So the other thing is I don't have anyone to show. They're across town. Obviously my luck, just they're spotting a cop right away. They're gonna get me right away on this thing. No insurance, no license, or well, of course I have a license, but registration for this or nothing, not even a title. So I'm just telling them I just got it fixed, and I'm making sure everything runs on it fine for when I leave. But that's of course worst case scenario. Best case scenario, nothing happens. So that's kind of where we run into some problems, is because I can't make this thing street legalized. Like I could, but it'd be worth so much time and money that I don't know if it'd be worth it. But of course I didn't build this to just keep in my garage. I want to be able to go ride this thing. Other than that, it's probably going to need a top end rebuild somewhat soon, unfortunately. That's just how it is. I didn't do my due diligence when trading this bike over, but again, I got it basically for free, so I don't really care. To make this street legal, I have to get a title for it. I don't have a title for it. But when I do get a title for this, this is a dirt bike, so it's gonna be on there as off-road use only. So there's no possible way of me getting that off, but there is. So the way to get this thing street legalized is basically to go through a different state, you know, near me, where I can submit pictures through their DMV and basically say, hey, look, you know, this is my bike, I want to make it street legal again, it's got everything on there, and they will give me an on-road use title, and then from there on out, then I can take it to my DMV and, you know, say like, hey, look, on-road use, come check it out. They'll check it out, they'll make sure everything's good, and then obviously I'll get, you know, a plate and everything for it. But until then, there's no way for me to get this thing street legalized. I need to have proper stuff on it first. I basically just need to get the title and then get the off-road use only taken off the title through another DMV, through another state, which isn't that hard, but the only problem is getting all the accessories on this bike to make it on-road use, because it is a dirt bike, you know, and like I said, it doesn't have a battery or a big enough stator. So I'm stuck with the point of, do I just keep the bike and ask for forgiveness and ride it like I'm doing now, which wouldn't be a good idea because I want to go do way more on this and ride it way more often and whatnot, or do I get rid of it? But the thing is, this whole kit is beautiful. I mean, it's got my 7th Gear logo right here. It's got my name on the side of it. I really don't want to get rid of it. So I'm kind of stuck with this dilemma of like, what do I do? Because I don't really exactly know what to do. And so that's kind of the issue that I am foreseeing as of right now. It also doesn't help that I'm going to be doing wheelies on it too. So everyone's also just going to hear a dirt bike going by and then they're going to call the cops, because in my town, everybody here has nothing better to do besides call the cops. I'm not kidding. They will call the cops on you for wearing a hoodie because it's too hot outside. Yes, that is a legitimate, real 911 call that was put in to our police station. Is somebody's wearing a hoodie and it was suspicious because it was too hot to be wearing a hoodie. So I really got to be careful what I do on this thing. Where do I take it? Walmart does sell a headlight kit for this and I bought it. I just don't know where I put it. So it's somewhere in my garage and I got to figure out how to wire it up and everything. But of course the brake light is also huge. Turn signals, I can use my hand, and then I'll just get handlebar mirrors or something. I'll attach something on here to make it a little bit better. I mean, the snow's falling, so I'm not too bummed, but it's gonna be just kind of sad unless I take it south with me for the winter. Maybe we take it over to the gas station and fill it up. Look at me using hand signals and everything. I think it's kind of dumb, but I'd rather err on the side of caution and be as nice and as professional as possible with this thing if I get caught, and say like, look, I'm at least doing all the things right. All right, well, we made it.
Full tank of 91.
Hey, what's up?
The kit looks amazing.
This is the downside to selling, is it literally spells my name across the bike, and the wheels are perfect, so I don't really want to sell it or get rid of it. That's my main problem, is getting rid of it. I really don't want to, with how much time and effort and work I put into this. Turning around and selling it, A, doesn't feel right to the companies that help me out, and B, to myself because of how much, you know, work I put in. So if I can figure out a way to wire up a light and get everything going, should be no problem at all. But again, I mean, I'm just kind of pushing it with it not being exactly street legal right now, so not really sure what's gonna happen. Let's take a picture for Snapchat.
If you guys aren't following me on Snapchat, then definitely go join the gang over there. It's growing. Anyway, let's get back to
actually riding this thing. Look at that, started up right away. It's done. Get this video done. It's been a long time. It's been just over a month that we've, you know, now it's been a little bit longer than that. It was like towards the end of, I want to say September, that that I announced the build of the bike. It wasn't until like recently in November, it's obviously December now, that the bike got finished. So that sucks, but I'm still nervous to wheelie, man, especially on these public roads. I mean, private roads. I'm especially nervous to wheelie on these private closed roads that are only open to me and the people that, all the NPCs I hired to be a part of the video, so. But anyway, here she is, man. The Supermoto that you guys built from head to toe. That is not blue. Every other bike that I own is blue or has some sort of blue on it. I mean, obviously this one does because it was previously white and blue and it's a Yamaha, but you guys made a red Yamaha and everything on there red. So I let my followers of Instagram build this, and this is how it turned out, and I couldn't have been happier. But anyway, huge thank you to UFO Plastics for supplying me the plastics kit, to WUSA for giving me these beautiful wheels and the rims, because these just turned out literally perfect. I can't even describe to you how they look in person. They look phenomenal. And of course, a huge thank you to Bold Designs for customizing this entire graphics kit for me, for spelling my name out along the side of the bike and putting my logo everywhere. The 7th Gear Apparel logo, the 7th Gear logo all over the bike. I couldn't be more ecstatic about it. It literally looks just so good, and it's just been incredible. I'm just hoping that the engine stays healthy. And as fortunate as it is, winter has hit. But if winter hits, this is the bike that I want to take out, because if this thing goes down, well, it's just a dirt bike. So anyway, I think it's time that we get this thing off the road and get home and get going. If I was in a bigger city, I truly wouldn't care about riding this thing, but I promise you, there's a good chance somebody's already called the cops on me for riding this. So, let's get this thing home before I get in too much trouble, and I'll see you guys in the next one.